Going, get started, get it going, get it going. Let's see. A little slow with it. There we go. We should be going now. Let me see here. Boom. There we go. What up, everybody? Where we at? There we go. What's good, everybody? Top of the top. Good morning. We're going to get started with some charts today. Anybody got any charts that they are interested in me checking out for y'all? All you have to do is drop those drop those chart requests in the comments, and I will get to those as I see them. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for y'all, I will, as I always do, go through my watch list and just check out random stocks that I may be interested in, possibly trading today or sometime this week, going forward. So that's what we're going to do. As always, if you're new here and you're not really familiar with looking at charts, you're not really familiar with the indicators and things like that, definitely ask questions. I will answer those questions as best as I can, as fast as I can, to get you caught up so you can be comfortable with what we're seeing. Good morning, Dave. Welcome in. So now, with that being the case, guys, we're going to start out. I'm going to start out with SPY. SPY is obviously one of the big players in the market. We definitely need to know what SPY is doing. Had a crazy ending on Friday. Started out green, went dumb red, then came back and finished the day green. It was a weird day. But nevertheless, if we check out SPY, let me see if I can zoom that in a little bit for y'all. This last candle right here opened at 393.25. Got as high as 397.03, got as low as 380.54, and closed at 389.63. So it was a strong close, considering where we went to on the lows. Pre-market, we are bullish right now, so we'll see how that holds off today. I will say, full disclosure, guys, pre-market is bullish. I'm not necessarily bullish myself, so I may not be jumping in many bullish positions today, but we'll see. If this thing moving consistently, maybe I'll change my mind as the day goes along. But for now, that's that on SPY. So when I'm looking at the levels on SPY, I see SPY needs to at least get over that 397 area. Now we do got some room to move up. So hypothetically speaking, if this thing is strong, this thing could possibly, if it gets through that 397 area, could possibly test 400, which hasn't really been a big issue for us lately, getting through the 400 area. So if you're looking at the chart, you could say the next big area to get through would be this 403.50 type of area right here, where you see my mouse at right here. This will be the next big area to try to get through. If we can get through that area, you can even call it 404. If I was to make a line, you guys will see. Let me pull my trusty line up right here for y'all real quick. If I was to pull that line up, you guys can see that 404 area right there. That's pretty much the next area of resistance. 397 is not a lot of resistance there. You just got that one candle to really worry about. So this thing could be a scenario where it does push through. But for me to buy it, I definitely have to see 397. It's a little bit of a tight spot right here for me. I'm not really comfortable with it. So that's what I'm looking at. Can't even say it's similar to a double bottom because this candle did break way below that prior bottom. So we don't got that going on. But there are some people who expect SPY to run up this week. I'm not necessarily one, but if it does, 397, and I'll start getting a little bit aggressive. Anything below that, I'm going to kind of stay on the side and just watch and monitor how this goes. Good morning, Sean. Welcome in, good brother. I see I got a few more people in, so just to let y'all know, if y'all got any chart requests, just drop a comment. Give me the chart you want me to pull up. I'll pull that chart up and I'll check it out for y'all. Also, if you're new here, I usually chart if I'm charting thoroughly, which I would want you guys to do. I usually chart on a daily, the weekly, and the monthly. I'm only charting on a daily because this is a little condensed period, just to give you guys a little, synopsis of what might happen this week. And then I got to get over to my options group chat, so that's why I don't have time to go fully super in depth. But typically, you chart on a daily, the weekly, and the monthly, and you do that and you get what you call time frame continuity, which is a very big key to charting and understanding what's happening. So the next stock I'm going to pull up, guys, is going to be QQQ. And again, if you got requests, just drop it in the comments. I'll definitely get to it. Looking at QQQ, is a very similar day to SPY. You see, would have been a double bottom, but we didn't hold. This candle dropped way down low, but we did recover. This last candle on QQQ opened at 293.13, got as high as 293.80, got as low as 280.21, and closed at 288.68. So it was a nice comeback, but definitely not the strongest day in the world for QQQ as well. Now, that being the case, QQQ, again, bullish this morning in pre-market. I think all of the four major indices are green right now. QQQ is lagging behind SPY right now a little bit in pre-market. However, what we're looking for is above 293.80. This thing could be a little bit bullish, and then you can test out that 300 area, which again, just like that area on spot that I mentioned to you guys, it hasn't been, I think it was the 400 area on spot. It hasn't been a great deal of recent resistance for us. So you could probably even take it a little bit further, and you could probably say that 303 area. And that's where the resistance will be on QQQ. However, for that to be a thing for me, I need to see 293.80. Anything under 293.80, I'm not going to be bullish here, guys. I know people want to see a rally. I mean, I would like to see a rally, but I would like to see anything that's going to make us money. If the rally's going to make us money, let's do it. And if dumping is going to make us money, let's do it. But what I don't want to see is that choppy action that we've been getting. Chop's been making Ric Flair proud. That's how the stock market been lately. So definitely keeping my eyes on QQQ and definitely keeping my eyes on the area over 293.80. Jerry Mullins. Oh, I'm sorry. Dave wants to check out DKNG. So let's pull that up real quick and let's see what DKNG is talking about. Pull up that chart. And this is DKNG on the daily. And I can tell you right here, right now. So the good news is I believe that's the orange line you see right there on my chart, guys. That's the 20-day EMA. So it's riding right across the 20-day EMA, which is a good sign. That's good support right there. However, these last few candles, doji. This is this morning, so I'm not worried about that. 3 consecutive doji candles lets me know that we don't know what we're going to do here, and that's worrisome for me. So if you insist on being bullish here, your bullish argument will be we're holding that 20-day EMA, and therefore we can make a push towards that 15 area again, which would be right here. That would be not a bad move for DKNG. However, the fact that it's doji, and the fact that the market itself is weak, it's hard for me to be bullish here. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot today. I can tell you now, you're gonna hear me say that on a lot of charts. It's hard for me to be bullish here. But if we were looking to be bullish, if we insist on being bullish here on DKNG, the high of this candle was 14.55. We closed at 14.03. Let's see. And the high of the candle before that was 14.66. So for me, because that's right next to a lot of resistance at 15, I can't really do nothing with this unless it broke through 15. If DKNG broke through 15, maybe you can get a little push here. And it's been a good while since DKNG really was in the 16, 17 area. But if this got a push, maybe it breaks through that 16 area, or maybe it breaks through the 15 area, and you can try to push it to the 16 area. If it were to lose 13, 19, then you could be looking to play this to the downside and see if you can retest what you got. You got this, excuse me. You can see if you can retest that 12 area and possibly even 10 if the bottom fall out. Right now, the way that this chart is set up is not really something I'm strongly interested in playing for calls or puts, but below 13.19, you could definitely jump in some puts. Above 15, you could definitely jump into some calls. I'm not going to set no alerts for this because this one doesn't excite me, but those are the levels that I would play if I insisted on playing. If I insisted on playing DKNG today. Jerry wants to check out Amazon, so we're going to check out Amazon real quick and see how that looks. And checking out Amazon, guys. So with Amazon, you sort of did have you can't even quite call it. It didn't go low enough. You definitely had an area where this could even be setting up for a bull flag if you want to take it from this candle all the way up, and then you got your fall down and your takeoff. So you could be setting up bull flag right here, or coincidentally enough, is the beauty of the market, you could be setting up for a bear flag where you got the flag that you kind of pull up a little bit. So if Amazon opens up bullish at all, this could be a tricky play where it could be a bull flag or a bear flag all at the same time. That's going to be an interesting one. I like that setup right there. Amazon's going to make money one way or another today or this week. As to which way, who the heck knows at this time? But we're definitely going to see those levels that we want to look out for. And I see the high of this Amazon candle right here. This last candle is 21.91. Oh, excuse me. The open is 21.91. The high is 21.97, 96. The low is 2100, and the close 2151.82. So it closed right there in that middle area, pretty much. Uh, Definitely not a strong day for Amazon. Now, what I'm looking for, if I was interested in jumping in calls here, is I would want Amazon over this 2200 area from the day before, from that Thursday. Amazon over 2200, maybe you could jump in calls on it and make some money. Try to push this thing up to probably around this 2250 area is going to be your next area of resistance if you see it over 2200. However, if I saw Amazon below 2100, then maybe you want puts there. And that's what I will hope for from a personal perspective, because I think that, again, the market is bearish. So I'm looking for bearish entries. But nevertheless, I'm going to set an alert for both of these, please, because I don't want to guess which way the market is going to go. I want to just kind of be prepared no matter which way it goes. So 2200 for calls on Amazon, 2100 for puts on Amazon. Either way, I'll get an alert. Now, again, for the people that's watching this channel for the first time, this is not saying that I'm guaranteed to jump in that play when I get that alert, but it's just going to make me put my eyes back on it again. And when I put my eyes back on it again, then I'll decide from there if I'm actually jumping in or not. So just want to be clear, I'm not giving plays at this point on this channel, right? On this video. Goodness gracious, tongue tied. But I'm just telling you guys levels that I'm looking at that might be of interest to me. And then if that level happens, I'll look at the chart at that time. I'll look at what the market's doing at that time and see if it's a play that I want to jump into. So definitely keep your eyes on Amazon at those levels. Good morning, Bud Law. Let's definitely check out Tesla. Let's see what's going on. Now, appreciate y'all that hit the like button. Definitely, that's a good look. And hey, if you're feeling really generous, you could go and share this video and let other people see it in your timeline. That's a good look. But checking out Tesla, guys. Tesla Friday opened at 713.99, got as high as 721.58, got as low as 633, and closed at 663.90. So it closed towards the bottom, but it definitely did not close at the very bottom, which is good for Tesla. If you want to be bullish here, obviously, I do not want to be bullish anywhere at this very moment. Excuse me. But that being the case, what I'm looking at, if I was looking to get into Tesla, it definitely has to break that 721 area And if you were being really conservative, which I would be on calls, I would even like to see it break that 734 area. If it broke 734, then maybe you could see this thing push up into that 760 type of area. You can see this thing, yeah, like around the 766 area. You can see it push around there. But for me, if I was to be bullish on Tesla, I definitely would like to see that 734. If I'm going to be bearish here, I mean to confirm bearishness, I would need it lower than that 633, which could or could not happen. I think I saw Tesla was a little red pre-market this morning, but nothing major. But it was a little bit down. So we'll see how that goes. But below 633 is definitely put area. And I'm actually going to put that in because Tesla is something that I might want to play around with sometime this week. 633, and I think I said 734 calls. So go and set those alerts that way. If something goes on with Tesla, I already know how it's going down, and then I can look and see if I want to jump in. So definitely got those two. Uh, Facebook, I will check out as well. Let's see how that looks. Facebook, and looking at Facebook, this chart. And again, if you're new here, because I don't know who is or is not here. If you're new here, I usually chart this thing on a daily, on a weekly, and on a monthly. And that's called time frame continuity. It's the safest way and the most it's the way to chart where you'll get the most results. However, right now, because it's a little condensed session, just to give y'all a little something to look at and to ponder during this week, I am charting just on a daily. But if you're new here, you definitely want to chart on a daily, the weekly, and the monthly, and that'll give you time frame continuity, which will make you more sure about the trades you're jumping into. So looking at Facebook, guys, I am looking and I see a whole lot of doji action right here. Doji here, and again, doji here on Friday. That Friday candle looking like we are having some trouble getting through the 20-day EMA as well. I'm noticing that 20-day EMA again, guys, is the orange line. So we definitely having trouble breaking through. Without even looking at too much of the candle, I already know I cannot be bullish here until we break through the 20-day EMA. The last time we broke through the 20-day EMA, we was able to run it into the 50-day EMA, which looks like, where did my mouse go? Give me a second. My mouse disappeared. There we go. So we broke through the 20 right here, and you see we was able to challenge the 50-day and actually break through that, but we couldn't hold the 50. So I already know at this level, the next time I could be bullish is where the 20-day EMA is, which for right now is just above 200 a share. So 200 a share, I can get interested in Facebook calls. Anything below 200, I'm not interested in Facebook calls. That's for the bullish side. If I were looking at puts, I can't really do much until we break below that 187 87 area, which I would call that 187.50. So to set those alerts, because that's something that I might play with this week. If we bullish this week, then Facebook calls could definitely be a move. And if we're bearish, then Facebook puts could definitely be a move. And again, this is what charting is for. It's not really to project what's going to happen. It's just to be prepared no matter what happened either way. So this way, if we're bullish, you are aware of what stocks could move for you nicely at what levels. And if we're bearish, you're aware of what stocks could move for you nicely at those levels. That's why I try to set an alert for a call and alert for a put, especially. So that's that. NVIDIA. We're going to check out NVIDIA right now and see how they looking. And again, guys, now NVIDIA got earnings this week, as Pam put in the comments. So you definitely want to be careful with earnings. I never suggest anybody play with earnings unless you have, a nice size portfolio and can afford it. And the reason why I say that is because earnings is really, you know, 100% risk, 100% reward. Is not a whole lot of in between. It's not going to be no, 20% loss on an earnings play or 20% win on an earnings play. That's not really going to happen too often. So that's why I always say that. If you got a bigger portfolio, definitely, check out some earnings if you want. If you don't got a bigger portfolio, then I would definitely steer clear of earnings. Now, that said, checking out NVDA, was seeing NVIDIA on Friday opened at 173.32, got as high as 174.10, got as low as 157.55, and closed at 166.94. So it closed off lows like everything else, but it definitely did not close, where it opened at. So there's that. That said, if you were looking to be bullish here, closing at 166.94, you got to look at, see, NVIDIA is almost in a no man's land. If this thing is going to be bullish, I will probably need that 177 area. And if I got that 177 area, that puts you so close to 180, which is a lot more turbulence, which means, honestly, I really wouldn't be much interested in NVIDIA calls unless it broke 180. And that's a big move in itself. But, just to get from where it's at to 180 is a big move. But I wouldn't be interested in these levels. It's been pretty much trading inside the channel. If you look, there's probably been, for the most part, let's see if I can get it. For the most part, it's been between like 165 and that 180 area. So what you really need is you need to break up above that or break down below that, and then you could get into some puts. Now, on the break downward side, we did if we broke below that 165 area, I could definitely jump into puts. And if we broke above that 180 area, I would definitely jump into calls. And again, I use the term definitely loosely because if I get this alert, it does not mean I'm going to jump in. I don't want to give the wrong information to you guys. And, y'all be like that darn options boss. So I'm trying to make sure y'all know these are alerts that I set that make me look at the play again to see if I want to jump in at that level. But there is a chance that I will jump in at that level. If it don't hit those levels, then there's no chance I'll jump in. So let me just say it that way. Nia wants to check out UPST, and I'm gonna check that out as well. Appreciate the likes, y'all. Definitely a good look. Trying to grow this darn channel. You have no idea how hard it is being a YouTuber. It's fun, but it's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, definitely appreciate the likes. Looking at UPST chart, UPST was definitely weird for us last week. Made us money and lost us money. I'm pretty sure we made more than we lost on UPST, but still it was a weird one. So if you're looking at that, UPST, now I'm going to tell you something because I believe that I see something on this chart, but I'm going to go through the numbers first. So UPST 48.43 at open, 50.44 at the high, 40.13 at the low, and 44.70 on the close. So that's what that did. If I were looking at puts, I would need UPST below 44.70. Below 40.13 would definitely be a nice area for puts. And if I was looking at calls, I probably want this thing to bust through 52. I know because I traded it so much last week, we had some trouble getting through that 52 area. Get through that 52 area, maybe calls could get aggressive again. I would not be aggressive on calls until it broke through that area. Just my 2 cents. But what I think I see right here, the candles are so small, it's hard to really tell you guys. But you see, you got the upward movement. Then you got the green, then you got the doji, then you got the red. That is a 3-candle setup. And that 3-candle setup, I'm going to give y'all a few seconds to see if somebody wants to answer that. But when you got the upward movement and then you got green, doji, red, that 3-candle setup is called what? If anybody want to answer that in the comments, I will definitely shout you out if somebody get it right. If you don't know the answer, you can still take a shot at it. I've always been told nothing beats a try but a failure. So in other words, don't be scared. There's nothing wrong with getting the wrong answer. But I definitely want to see if anybody knows what that 3-candle setup is. And I'll give you credit because it's not 100% perfectly that, but it looks very similar to that. And because it looks very similar, and because we pulled back how we did, I'm thinking that could be something. Nobody's given the answer yet. So, all right, bet, no problem. I will tell y'all that this 3-candle setup on an upward movement like that, when you got that upward trajectory, and then you get the green and the doji and the red like that, that 9 times out of 10 is going to be what you call an evening star setup. An evening star setup happens at the top of movement. So when you see this, it's got to be going upward, which this is going upward. And when you get that green doji red, what that basically tells you is the upward movement is over. That's an evening star setup. Usually when you see that, the stock is going to get very bearish and pull back. So me seeing that, that got me very interested potentially in QQQ, excuse me, and UPST puts. So I know that level I'm looking for is below 40. Below 40, I can definitely jump in puts here. However, just in case that's not a full-fledged evening star, I know above 52, I got calls right there. So I'm going to write that down, or should I say type that in? 52 and 40. And these is going to let me know if I possibly want to jump in when I get these alerts. I'll know, hey, it hit my level, and that'll be a chance to make some money. So got those joints right there. Save those in. What was that? UPST I was on. So yeah, that's a definite bearish setup right there, and I'm interested today to see how that plays out. Uh Bud Law wants to check out Apple. Oh, and I see I got some more people in. Good luck. Welcome in. If you're new here, just always know if you got a question about a stock, a chart, you could drop the stock in the comment section. You drop the stock in the comment section. I will chart it out for you. Typically I do daily. I chart on a daily, I chart on a weekly, and I chart on a monthly. So right now I'm only charting on a daily because I only got about another 30 minutes. So I'm giving you guys a condensed version. After those 30 minutes, I do got to get off because I got to get over to the paid options group chat and get ready for the day with those guys. So just again, so drop your comments where you can ask about a chart if you're new here. And when you're charting on your own, chart off the daily, the weekly, and the monthly, and that's called time frame continuity. Good morning, Sin. Welcome in. I'll do SPY, but I started this video off with SPY. And you know what? Because of time constraints, I'm not going to do SPY. But what I do encourage you to do is please check out this video from the very beginning, and you'll see me do SPYs, the very first chart I did when I started this thing off. Bud Law, you asked for Apple. We will do Apple. No problem, Queen. I know you got a lot of things going on, so it's all good. I'm just glad you came to check me out at all. Appreciate you for that. Uh, Apple. Let's see what they got over here. Looking at Apple, guys. Apple is another one that I do. I mean, I'm gonna say this a lot. You guys heard me say this a lot if you've been here. Uh, I think it's a lot more room to the downside in the market, and because of the market, a lot of stocks in general, especially the big stocks like Apple, a lot more room to the downside on these bad boys before there's any type of real true reversal. That said, Apple opened at 139.09. It got as high as 140.70. It got as low as 132.61, and it closed at 137.59. So again, closed off lows just like most all stocks. Um, and what we're looking for, if you're looking to get in Apple, if you insist on being bullish with Apple, I would like Apple above 140, above this 141.66 candle from the day before. Above that, maybe you see a short-term reversal on Apple. Maybe it makes a move up. Uh, if you're going the other way, if you're looking to be bearish, I need Apple below that 132.61 area. Below 132.61, maybe you can make some moves to the downside here. So I got the 132.61 and I got the 141.66. We're going to set alerts for both of them. Call that 142 and we're going to call that 132.50. And those will be my Apple alerts. Just in case I see an opportunity to end. I want you to, when you're charting, you want to set an alert for the downside and you want to set an alert for the upside. This way, you're not projecting that the market go a certain way, or you're not even necessarily hoping that the market go a certain way. You're going to make money if the market is going up on a given day. You're going to make money if the market is going down on a given day because you got your alert set both ways. The only time you're going to have trouble trading naked options like we trade is when it's choppy. But otherwise, you'll be prepared either way. So that's why I always try to set an alert to the upside and to the downside. And I want you guys to get in the habit of doing that as well. And if you do not have FinViz, definitely get yourself FinViz, guys. It's a win. It's definitely helped me a lot since I've been trading with FinViz. So, just throw that out there for you guys. And yeah, that's that. So that's the Apple setup. We got Apple. Feel comfortable with what we saw on Apple. We're also going to good morning, Esther. Welcome in. And I do apologize. QQQ was the second chart I did. So for because of time constraints, I won't do QQQ again. But I do encourage you to watch this video from the very beginning. And the the second chart that you see will be QQQ. The very first one was SPY. The second one was QQQ. And I don't see more chart requests right now. So I'm going to jump into DIA right now because I wanted to get through the four major indices just to have an understanding of where they all stand at. But Esther and Sen, those are great stocks to ask me to chart. So I am happy that you guys check those out because those are good stocks to watch, as well as DIA. You want to always know what the big four is doing. That's what I always call them, the big four. And if I look over here at DIA, I will see that last candle. Wow, that's a lot of wick right there. That thing is ugly. So looking at DIA, guys, this thing opened at 314.79, got as high as 315.07, got as low as 3, and it closed at 312.42. So it closed lower than it opened, but it closed well off the lows of the day. And again, that's what most stocks that happened on Friday. It was a really really weird day because it opened up big green, then it dumped, and then it came back and it just barely finished green to end the day. So it was a wild day like that. Nevertheless, if I was looking to be bullish here, I know that I need DIA. I would like to see DIA over 316.35. Over 316.35, you definitely got room to the upside. You can take this thing at least to this. This little bit of area of resistance right before 320 isn't nothing major. So if you really looking at recent resistance, you take that thing past that 316.35 area, you could possibly test 335 325 out, which will be a big move on DIA. Not saying it will happen, but it definitely has a lot of room to the upside. I just want you guys to know that. But again, it needs 316.35 if you want to see that. And then you'll have a little turbulence right around that 320 area, but not much. However, if it's going to be bearish here, you like to see this thing reverse down lower than 306.28. Below 306.28, you definitely got room to the downside. You have to scale out to the weekly if you would like to get the next area of support below that 306.28 area. So that's definitely something to watch. I did not set an alert on DIA, but I will set an alert. I'm going to set that alert because that upside, there's a lot of upside there. I'm going to say above 316.50. There's good upside there. And we'll say below 306 and just set those alerts. And boom, that's that one. And oh wow, Irma, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I missed your Costco AMD. My apologies for that. We're gonna check out Costco right now. My apologies. I don't know how I missed that. I just totally whiffed on it. Costco, big ugly red candle after the gap down. So I will say this real quick before jumping into anything. When this reverses, and eventually it will, the stock market always comes back. This isn't going to be the first bear market that we enter into once we officially get there. Again, should I say? And this won't be the last bear market. So the stock market is going to come back. When it does come back, Costco is going to have a nice gap to fill. You definitely want to be in on Costco when this thing finally do reverse. Not to say that that's going to happen today, might not even be this week, but it definitely got a nice gap to fill. Looking at that last candle on Friday, opened at 428.80, got as high as 428.85, got as low as 406, and it closed at 416.43. So definitely closed towards the bottom. If I was looking for this thing to have a short-term reversal, I would need it to get past 430.53. Past 430.53, maybe this thing is going to reverse a little bit and take back some of those losses that it's had. Other than that, I'm not much interested in calls here, right now. Below 406.51, puts could definitely be a move and could definitely, pay out some more. So we got 406.51 and we got the 430.50. We're definitely going to alert both of those. Let's see here. 430.50. And you know what? We're going to call that 431 because I said 430.53. So we're going to call that 431. And then the bottom of this, we're going to call 406. And we'll be prepared either way for that. Boom. And then I believe she asked for AMD. So we're going to check out AMD, guys. See how that looks. Checking out AMD. This candle right here opens at 98.39, got as high as 98.64, got as low as 88.26, and it closed at 93.50. So it definitely closed off the low, but lower than the opening, and that's what we're looking at on that. Now we also see that this one is having trouble getting through the 50-day, and that's this yellow goldish type of line that we got right here. So knowing that, I automatically know I am not interested in being bullish here unless this was the breakthrough to 50-day. Down where it's at, it's not even in the area where it's playing strongly, where maybe I want to play it up to the 50 and get out, because it's trading weekly right now. Above the 50-day, I already know I could get bullish here. Below the 50, I'm going to kind of stay on the sidelines on AMD. And that AMD 50-day is 99.50, 52. So I would just call that at 100, because I'm not going to play around with a 99.50 when I know 100 is a psych number. So above 100, you can get bullish here. Anything below 100, I would not be bullish. If you're already in, a call, tough position. I'm definitely rooting for you. I'll say that. If I was looking to be bearish here, below 88, puts can definitely work and make you some money. Below 88, you could possibly run this thing down to this 83 area, or this 83.50 area. So that could be a nice move. I will set an alert for AMD both ways. Again, you want to be prepared for the up move. You want to be prepared for the down move. I think I said 88.50. So I'm going to set that for 88.50. I believe that's what I said. So we're going to get AMD done. Boom, that's there. Any stocks you guys got that you want me to check out, drop it in the comments. I will definitely chart those stocks. I don't see any newer stocks right now, so I'm going to move on to IWM and check that out, because that's the last of the big four. I like to have SPY, QQQ, DIA, and IWM charted, and I want you guys to be in the habit of doing that as well. So, looking at IWM, guys, I will see this Friday candle. Open at 178.50, got as high as 178.97, got as low as 171.79, and closed at 176.08. So it closed again lower than I opened, but way off the lows. What I would be looking for from this area right here, I already know. And if you look at the chart good enough, you'll probably already know where I would enter at. And actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm not even gonna say anything. I want to see if somebody, because y'all know I got a thing for teaching. I like to teach. I like to feel like I'm helping somebody learn something. So I'm gonna take a couple seconds to see if somebody have charted with me enough. I know the newer members, the newer people to the channel may not know, but if one of my veterans of this channel has charted with me enough that they would see where I would enter. Again, the high of this candle is 178. The open is 178.50. The high is 178.97. The low is 171.79. And the close is 176.08. And then if you zoom in, this is where we at right now. Right here in this area. So if you were me, if you were the options boss, or if you watch the options boss enough, where do you think the options boss would enter? I would love to see if somebody answered that question correctly. That would be real decent. That means somebody really watch me enough to know where I think. I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds to see if somebody want to chime in and give that one an answer. Uh, and there's no wrong answer. Like, if you don't know, it's all good. But I definitely would be interested to see if somebody knew where I would enter there going upward. I don't see any answers yet. All right, I'm gonna give y'all the answer. I wanted to see if somebody was gonna say something. If I was looking at entering there with that high being 178.97 and with us being right here, I would just get above 180. Above 180, maybe you could get bullish. That's what I would be looking for. If we weren't above 180, I would definitely kind of be out the way. But above 180, you definitely can get bullish on IWM. It traded a lot stronger than the other of the big four indices on Friday, and most of last week, honestly. So that's something worth keeping in mind. We'll see if that continues into this week. But nevertheless, if that does not hold below 176, you can definitely get bearish below 176. What was that? Below 176.14. So yeah, 176. Below that area, you could definitely get bearish. So let's create that alert. 180 and 176. And those levels will let us know what we can or can't do on IWM. Now that I checked out the four major indices, I'm going to start looking at individual stocks on my watch list while I wait for you. Big Tone, yeah, good answer, bro. You definitely nailed that, John. All right, so Tone, he watched me enough. He know how I think. I'm happy to see that, Tone, because you one of the guys that I really want to see learn a little bit. Good job, baby. I'm on dad duty this morning too, so y'all gonna hear me talking to the children. Y'all already know how I go if y'all watch my channel. I'm a very proud father. Love my girls, love my boys for that matter, but the girls is always here. So all right, let's check out some stocks, and we are going to check out. Let's check out. What do I want to see? What am I interested in? Let's check out SE. How about that? Checking out SE. Ask mommy, baby, please. Daddy's working. Ask mommy. Told y'all was gonna hear the girls. I could already see it was coming. uh, so we looking at SE, guys, and I can already see we've been having big trouble with this 20-day. So I already know above the 20-day, you could definitely have a shot at calls right here. And that 20-day looks to be around 80.36. Looks to be around that area. So above that area, maybe you can get aggressive with calls here. If I were looking at puts, excuse me, I see this last candle. This last candle opened at 78.86, got as high as 82.46, got as low as 75.35, and closed at 79.66. So it did close green. SE had a green day on Friday. Crazy as that sounds, because the market was so red at a point. But nevertheless, above that 83.36 area where the 20-day is, that's where we could get bullish. And if we were looking to be bearish here, I would definitely want to see it below that 75 area. Below 75, you can definitely get bearish here. One thing to be careful about, I definitely did not mean to do that. I done butchered this darn chart. Let me reset that, because that's not how I want that chart to look. There we go. So one thing I was trying to zoom in on to show y'all is right here. If you look at it, a lot of these candlesticks have been small candlesticks. So it hasn't been the type of movements that you would normally hope for. That candle is pre-market, so that don't matter. But these last five candles haven't given you a lot of movement really. So that'll be one thing to look at as far as if we want to play this. But if we do want to play it, we know our alerts that we're comfortable with. I say 83.36, so we're gonna call that 83.50, and below 75 for puts. Those areas will possibly be in play for us if we want to jump into SE. So let's save that one. So we got that. And Big Tone, yes, I did mention Tesla. I believe my guy Butler asked me to do it earlier. I forget where it's at in this video. I can't tell you chronologically where, but it's definitely towards the beginning. So check out just check out the video from the top if you can, and you can skip around and you'll run into Tesla. But I definitely did Tesla already. Um, After Tesla, well, excuse me, not doing Tesla. Let's check out Etsy. Let's see what Etsy is doing. Pulling up Etsy, guys. And again, I see I got a few more people here, so I just want to make sure I'm clear. I typically chart on a daily, the weekly, and the monthly, but I'm only charting on a daily right now because it's a condensed time frame where I'm just trying to give you guys a few stocks to think about today for the remainder of this week while we get ready. However, if you're charting by yourself, please, please, please chart on a daily, the weekly, and a monthly, and that'll give you time frame continuity, which will make you more sure on the entries and exits of your trades. So please chart on all those time frames that I just mentioned, daily, weekly, and monthly. Now, looking at Etsy, I will see right here whole lot of consolidation going on around this area. So that's not necessarily a good sign. Hard to really make money when it's consolidating like that. But what you look for is you look for a breakout or a breakdown one way or another. So if I was looking for that, I go to this candle. I see this candle open at 81.17, got as high as 81.27, got as low as 74.66, and closed at 78.34. So you already know how I'm gonna do it. Below 74.66, you could definitely jump in the puts and make some money. If I was looking to the upside, I would actually look at this candle right here. If I can move my mouse on the wall, there we go. My mouse wasn't moving. I would actually be looking at this candle if I was looking to the upside. It's 82.36. And I'm gonna tell you guys why real quick. So the high of this candle was 81.27. The high of the candle the day before is 82.36. So that's not strong resistance, but it's a little bit of resistance because it's only one candle. Now, the reason why I wouldn't want to jump in right here above this 81.27 area is because if I jump in here and then it's 82.36, it's not a far distance away. It's only $1.09 away. So if I jump in at 81.27 and then at 82.36 turns out to be tricky to get through, then I didn't make no money. I probably had a losing trade right there. So a lot of times what I like to do is I like to find the most highest recent high and I would trade that momentum up. Or I'll find the lowest recent low and trade that momentum down. And when I say the highest recent high, what I mean is the most highest recent high that got some kind of gap between. Like if this candle was 81 and this candle was, 88, I'm just making a number up. I can jump in at that 81 area and ride it up to 88 and make some money. I can't jump in at 81.27 and make money to 82.30. So that's why uh, when the highs are close together, I'll go with the highest one, even if it's not the most recent candle. And this high, like I said, it's only $1 difference. So above that 82.36 area, you could definitely jump into calls. Below the 74.66 area, you could definitely jump into puts if you're interested in playing Etsy. So I'll set that alert for 82.50 and I said that, I think I said 76. Hope I said 76. Either way, like I said, when I set the alert, I go back and I look at the stock. Like setting the alert doesn't automatically mean getting into play. Setting the alert mean when it happened, hey, let's check this stock out again and see if we're interested in jumping into it. So that's what that is. Avgo, we're gonna check out Avgo. Shout out to the new members watching. Definitely appreciate y'all stopping in, spending a few minutes with the boss this morning. New members that's here, members that's already here. If you got a stock you're interested in me charting, drop the stock in the comments. When I see the comment, I will definitely chart the stock and tell you my opinion on it, what I think, up, down, in between, whatever the case may be. So looking at Avgo, guys, Avgo open at 53.90. It got as high as 54.99. It got as low as 512.44, and it closed at 543.19. So what I will be looking for out of avgo is I needed to lose that 512.44 area. If it lost that 512.44 area, I definitely will be interested in puts here. I also see that we had some trouble dealing with, the 200-day EMA. So since we lost the 200-day EMA, we've been bearish. Knowing that, uh, I wouldn't be much interested in calls at these levels unless it broke through the 200-day EMA, which is around 560. So above 560, I'll be interested in calls. Below, excuse me, below 512, I'll be interested in puts. And that's a pretty easy setup. The losing the 200-day EMA on a stock is typically a bearish sign. And reclaiming it is typically a bullish sign. So when you see that, you already know which way you should be slanted towards. But even being slanted towards the way, you still want to have both sides played out. That way, if something crazy happened in the market, you could be prepared. But avgo definitely looked like it's set up to make somebody some money this week, either to the upside or to the downside. So that's a good one right there. Uh AMGN. Let's check them out. Jeff, good morning, good brother. Welcome in. AMGN. Pull that up real quick. And all right, here we go. So this actually has been a good amount of green lately, considering what the market's been doing. But this is the candle of interest. Open at 244.06, got as high as 247.66, got as low as 242.96, and it closed at 247.50. So it closed green Friday, had a nice push up, and what we will be looking for is to see more continuity out of that. And what you need to see that continuity is anything above 247.66 is bullish. So if you open up, at 247.75, hey, calls could work on this thing. Just to give an example. However, and it did a great job of riding on the 20-day EMA. This orange line right here, guys, that's the 20-day EMA. And essentially what it did, anytime it lost the 20-day EMA over the last week or so, it always reclaimed it. So that 20-day EMA, in essence, was a good line of support. If you lose it a little bit, you can get calls and this thing will come right back to you. That's what's been happening lately, and that's a good sign. And to give you guys an idea, I was just talking about the 200-day EMA. So that's the purple line. So you'll see we hit the 200-day EMA, we lost it, and then we reclaimed it. And after we reclaimed it, what we did, we take off. That 200-day was around 230, and we took off from 230 to what I just said, 247 area. So that'll show you what I was just saying, that you reclaim that 200-day EMA, you can be bullish. If avgo reclaim that 560 area, it can take off. But as long as it stay underneath that area, then you definitely can be bearish on your plays. And my computer is dying. I guess that's my sign, and I need to close this thing up so I can go charge and get ready for my trade day. But again, above 247, you could definitely be above 247.66. You could definitely be bullish here. If you lost the 20-day EMA, that's around that 243.40 area. Uh, it lately it's been bouncing off that, so you would have to tread lightly. But the low of the candle is 242.96. So I wouldn't even look at the 20-day EMA per se. I look at that 296, that 242.96. Below that 242.96 area, I'm gonna call that 242.50. Below that area, maybe it's not going to bounce off the 20-day again. Eventually it's going to have to break the 20-day. All stocks break them up, they break them down. It happens. Not to say that it's going to happen today, not to say it's going to happen the next time it do break down below that area. It could break down below and bounce again. But just in case, to be prepared, 242.96 for puts, 247.66 for calls on AMGN. Let's put that in. That 247, I'm gonna call that 248 because that was towards the top. And at 242.96, I'm gonna call that 242.50. Above that and below that, then that's how we'll do things. So yeah, that's that. LMVH. I'm not going to chart it, but I'm going to look at it real quick and tell you what I traded. LMVH. Oh, excuse me. I typed the wrong thing. And you said, oh, LVMH. Excuse me. LVMH. Well, I can tell you this much. It's not a stock I've traded much. And this thing is not even coming up. LVMH. Yeah, not coming up. I wouldn't trade it. I have not traded it. I would not trade it. It's not even popping up on FinViz. I stay away. Bus driver uppercut. I'm gonna drop Lily in tier 3 because I gotta get off and charge my computer. Guys, if you're not in my tier 3 membership of YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, sign up for tier 3. It gives you information like this chart session all the time. It is a monthly fee, but it's well worth it. You'll make that money back on our first trade, and the education that we learn is priceless. Guys, I gotta holler before my computer die. You can always be a boss with the options boss, guys. I'm a holler when I holler.